Good evening and welcome back to the channel. Well, good afternoon on this snowy, cold Thursday. This video is specifically for those that have asked about whether they should have the premium all-inclusive drinks package on board a cruise, particularly with Marella Cruises. Now, personally, and I'm going from experience because I've cruised quite a few times, personally, it's not worth it. Because when we went in October on the Explorer 2, we had the normal drinks package, which was me, mum and dad and my brother. And my auntie and uncle had the premium one. Now, the reason they had it was so they could have the bottled water because of my uncle's medication. Now, the thing is, if you have the normal package and you buy a bottle of water from the crew when you go on an excursion, it usually costs you about £1, which you think, oh, that's nothing. But that £1 goes on your cabin account. So it's not part of the alcohol drinks that are obviously free because you've already paid for it, if you know what I mean. So, whereas with the premium package, if you get a bottle of water from the crew to go on an excursion, you wouldn't obviously have to pay. You'd show your card and you wouldn't have to pay because obviously that's included. Well, a little tip. We had the normal drinks package, alcohol drinks package. So you get all your teas, your coffees, your soft drinks, your beers, your wines included, and ciders. Obviously, if you are quite a big drinker, in other words, you like your Jack Daniel's whiskey or your famous Grouse whiskey or your Glenfiddich, whichever whiskey you want, or rum or tequila or vodka, then obviously some of those drinks are not part of the all-inclusive package, but they're part of the premium package. So then that's understandable that you take out that package. But if you want specifically bottled water that you have to take with your medication, either tablets or whatever, then still have the normal drinks package, which is obviously what is included when you book your cruise, because that's why it's all-inclusive, because that's the drinks package. So what we did, or what I did specifically, was at the airport in the UK. So we went from East Midlands, and I'm going from East Midlands on this cruise coming up in March. So I've just got the normal all-inclusive package. So what you can do apparently, and this happened on Explorer 2, I bought a bottle of water from East Midlands Airport to take with me on the plane after we cleared security. And then obviously once I drunk that water, on each of the decks where the cabins are, there is a fountain near the lifts or the staircase that go up and down the decks, and you can fill your water bottles there, and it's fresh water. Because a lot of the time on the ice machines that are outside, there's always a sign that says, please do not refill your water bottles at this station, at this refilling station, this ice station, whatever, right? And lots of people do, and they're not really supposed to. Because on each of the decks, as I've said, there is a water fountain near the lifts. It's got like a little tap. And there was one on our deck. We were on deck 9 on Explorer 2. And our room was about 20 or 30 feet from the lifts. You literally went out the door, left a bit, and it was just at the end of the corridor, and halfway along the corridor. Because every so often along the corridor, you've got the lifts and you've got the stairs that go up to the other decks and down to the other decks, etc. And there's always a water station either side of the lifts or the stairs. So if you buy a bottle of water at the airport, either when you depart the UK or you land at the other end where you're going on your cruise, you can obviously refill your water bottles on the cruise ship rather than go and buy one when you go off the ship to go on a trip. Because obviously you have to pay for it otherwise. So what's the point when you've just paid that money in an airport in the UK, 90p or so, I think it was 90p in Boots for a bottle of water, which is what I paid. And then I took it with me. And once I drunk the water, I just went down the corridor and refilled it again. And it's the same if you want to refill the kettle in your room for cups of tea and coffee. Then you just take the kettle down to the fountain and refill the water up, or take a little mini water bottle thing, and obviously you can fill that up with the fountain, and then obviously you've got it in your room. Because at the end of the day, you've paid all that money to go on a cruise, so there's no point in having the premium all-inclusive package for bottled water unless you obviously want to drink the alcohol side of it. So if you need water for medication purposes, then still purchase the normal one, but get a bottle of water from the airport whichever airport you go from, and then just use the water fountains that are on each of the decks. That's what I would do. That hopefully will answer your question, because I've seen quite a few posts on social media of people saying, oh, is it worth upgrading to the premium package so we can have water, or so we can have this, or so we can have that? That's up to you. If you want to have the premium package for water, that's fine, that's each to their own, but I personally wouldn't. I would just have the normal drinks package, and get a bottle of water from the airport and use the water stations that are on each of the decks and fill your bottles up that way. In that way, because you're saving money, and also you've paid enough to go on the cruise anyway. So most of the restaurants are included in the package, all-inclusive package. I don't think that like the Coral La would be part of the premium package. You've still got to pay a supplement for that one, because it's classed as a specialty restaurant. Same if it's surf and turf, or if it's the sushi bar on Explorer 2 as well, or on Discovery 2. So whichever restaurants are on the ships, most of them are part of the package. It will tell you on the Marella Cruise Control Hub which ones aren't, and also it will tell you in the TUI book, the Marella Cruises TUI book, if you get one from the actual travel agent, or online if you go onto the Marella Cruises page online on TUI, and it will show you the plans of the ship, and it will tell you on there which restaurants are included in the all-inclusive and which ones you have to be charged for. But for the drinks package, that's what I would do. So I hope this advice has helped. So at CarlSmith25 to subscribe. Any other questions, please leave a comment under this video, and I'm going to post this video onto social media on those group pages so people can see it and watch it. And if you've got any other questions, leave a comment and I will do a video on it. But I just thought I'd share this because I'm going from experience, from being a cruiser since 2016. So that's just my experience. So obviously when I go in March, I'm going to obviously get a bottle of water from East Midlands. I've got the normal drinks package on the ship. I've got Coral La booked twice. I've got a trip on Malta booked as well. And it'd be lovely to see you if you're going from East Midlands on the flight or at the airport. Come and say hello to me. I'll be doing loads of blogs around the ship as well. So please say hello when you see me on board. Get to know me. By all means, it'll be nice to sit with you for dinners as well in the restaurants. I'd love to get to know you and hear your stories. You can subscribe to my channel at CarlSmith25 anytime. It's free to do. So I'm looking forward to the cruise. I've got about 2.5 months to go. So next month in February, I should be able to put on my passenger information, and then I think around the 11th of March, I should be able to do the luggage tags and check in for the flights and get the boarding passes. But everything else is sorted. I don't need to get spending money because I'm only going to 2 ports anyway, and I've got a trip booked in Malta anyway. So I don't really need to get any spending money. I can use my card. So I'm not too fussed about that. The next job for me now is just to book the hotel and the car park at East Midlands, which I'm going to do in the next couple of days. Well, in the next week or so, I'm going to do that. But I thought I'd do this video regarding the drinks package, so I hope it's helped. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.